What is up, guys and gals? Welcome to episode number 248 of The Nonsense Review. Rick, there have been so many Star Wars themed Funko Pops, so much so that I'm going to ask you, which one do you think got the coveted number 248?
Oh, it's going to be something really shit. It's going to be like, no, it's not going to be something from The Acolyte, because that was like over a year ago.
I'll put it this way, Rick. It's not an obscure character. That'll help you.
An obscure one. Okay. Is it Burnt Anakin?
No, it's not. Wow, that would look awful. Who would want that?
Well, I mean, it's the way that Funko Pops are going to be going anyway now, isn't it? Just going to go to landfill and get incinerated.
Well, the problem with Funko Pop was that they were literally just we've done this, we've had a discussion over it, but they overproduced every single pop because first of all, they assumed every single pop would sell like hotcakes. Not true. And two, at the time, it was cheaper for them to make too many than to not make enough.
Yes. Because not making enough means that someone else is getting the money for it when they do all the scalping and flipping.
That's not the issue. The issue is literally production costs. In that It costs less to make more.
Sure.
Yeah, don't get me started. It's one of the fundamental problems of our society. But yeah, it's not Burnt Anakin. It's a lot more simple than that. It's literally just straight up Han Solo in Solo.
Sure. Okay. The one with the was it Aaron Earhart or something? Aaron Eckhart or whatever.
I don't know his fucking name. I don't know any actor in that movie apart from... I don't know any actor in that movie.
I know Sam Witwer was Maul, and the girlfriend is one of the other Game of Thrones ladies.
I don't even remember. I really don't. But yeah, it's special because it was a Target exclusive and it had goggles, and that's all the information I have on the Funko Pop, because Funko Pops are stupid.
Fantastic.
But yeah, so Happy New Year from the Nonsense Review. This is our first review of the year. I'm your host as always, Devon, and joining me equally as always is Rick.
Hello everybody, and indeed, yes, Happy New Year. We recorded our previous one that came out in the new year last year. This is our first recording this year.
That is accurate. But yes, we've got a bit of an interesting one today because we were going to start the year with, we did this little thing called the Nonsense Rumble. You may have heard of it. You might skip those. And we had the big old caveat of whoever wins the most this year gets a free review next year. This isn't that because we've hit just a very tiny little snag in our recording schedule for that. That little snag being that the thing that I chose is an hour and a half long, and we've got a lot of things to talk about because we've been gone for a month. So we've bumped that, and we're doing something shorter today.
Yes, both of these things are true, and also we are. Well, you're going to have to wait and see.
But yes, today we're doing another Tex Avery classic. We did one of these while Rick was away in Australia. We are doing Hounded. Rick, what do you know about this?
I know nothing about this. I knew nothing about the other one, and I was pleasantly surprised that it was the source of multiple memes.
Yes, this is Tex Avery's Hounded. It was first released by MGM on the 20th of March, 1943. We're getting very close to 100-year-old shit.
We are indeed.
It was the first cartoon to feature Droopy, therefore the reason why I picked it.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Yeah, Droopy's one of those things, like, I appreciate that a deadpan, he's not even sarcastic, he's just, like, beyond deadpan, is funny to an adult, but as a kid, I didn't think he was that funny.
I get you, I totally get you. He did a lot of breaking the fourth wall, kind of, by just, like, lecking at the audience, being like, look at this jackass.
Yep.
Yeah.
He also showed up in Tom and Jerry Kids.
Did he?
Yeah. So between Tom and Jerry Kids, they thought, we don't have enough content, so we're going to branch out to Spike and Tyke, who are already from Tom and Jerry, and then Droopy and Dripple, because everyone has to have a child.
So what you're saying is canonically Droopy fucks?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, cool. Didn't need that information.
I mean, he's an intact male dog, of course he does.
But yes, Droopy is a certified Tex Avery creation, and this show itself is effectively a two-hander. Do you know what that term means?
Two-hander. Is that the one where instead of doing a half-length one...
It's not an animation term, it's a stage term.
Okay, I don't know then.
A two-hander is, it's in the name, it's performed by two people.
Okay.
Yes, because the only voices in this are the voice of Droopy and the returning A Big Bad Wolf, played by Bill Thompson and Frank Graham, respectively. Both were radio personalities in the States at the time, which was pretty much the standard trade for voice actors in the 40s.
Yeah. Side tangent. I figured out the reason that I'm so addicted to Alastor's voice in Has Been Hotel, and it's because he sounds like HK-47.
HK-47.
Yeah, he's the one of the robots. Well, he's the one that talks from Knights of the Republic, and he's like, "Statement: HK-47 is ready to serve." And then we'll go on to be sarcastic and talk about meatbags.
Can you tell, guys, that I haven't played KOTOR?
Yep.
I'm aware of the robot you mean, but I don't know names. But yes, quite recently, 2020 in fact, it was finally digitally restored and released on Blu-ray by Warner. Included it in a collection dubbed Tex Avery Screwball Classics. It was part of Volume 1, which covers his works from MGM between 1942 and 1955. So far, they've released 3 of these collections, with only 5 cartoons never having been released in this way, including one that is incredibly racist.
Oh boy.
This is just, like, you look at the list and you're like, I wonder why these ones didn't get re-released. And then there's one that it straight up has like a word I'm not going to repeat on the podcast because I'm not allowed to say it.
Yeah, it's not our word.
It's not the word you're thinking of either. It's one that even they don't use.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay. I'm thinking of one that they used in Fraggle Rock, but they didn't use it in Fraggle Rock, but someone brought it up as a thing that I know what I heard, and I'm not going to say it.
Here's the thing, Rick, I have no idea what you're referencing, so I can't possibly tell if you're correct or not. I'll put it this way, you can in theory use this word if you're using it as part of an animal name.
Oh, so like Frieza saying monkey.
Kinda. No, not Rick. No, don't worry about it. Forrest Gump says it by accident in Forrest Gump.
Okay.
There you go. Cool. Whatever. We'll move on. It's very easy to find the title of this cartoon. Just look up Tex Avery fucking classics and you will see the name of the cartoon. You'll go, that one. It's that one. But yeah, there's not much to get into the actual cartoon itself without spoiling the plot, what with the runtime sitting around 8 minutes. But just a gentle reminder before I close out with the facts that Tex Avery still is one of the standout names when it comes to the animation industry, and has a career well worth looking into if you enjoy cartoons. Important to note, more so as a director than as an animator, but he did start his career as an animator.
Okay.
But yes, those of you unfamiliar with the show, what we like to do is, before we dive into the review and the reactions itself, we like to talk about our weeks and the goings-on in the wide universe. Except we're not exactly talking about our weeks so much as we're talking about our months, because Rick and I haven't done this since mid-November.
Yeah.
So yeah, again, evidence as to why we didn't want to do this and an hour and a half thing as well. We'd be sitting here for most of our day recording, and if you wanted to listen to our reaction or review, you probably are going to skip that hour plus chat of our months anyway. So yeah, that being said, Rick, how has your month been? What have you been? Where have you been? What have you seen? I know where you've been. Tell the audience where you've been.
I've been in Australia. We landed in Sydney, did some tourist shit, went to Adelaide, saw some family, which was very nice, then went back to Canberra, did some more family, which was very nice, and then home via Dubai. The highlights, though, is while I was having a poo at the highest point in Adelaide, I got a nice little message, and you heard it here first, General Pepper is returning to A Fox in Space.
What episode are they on with that?
3 is in production. Episode 2 was 7 years ago. It's a soul animator. He insists on personal perfectionism, which I kind of respect, you know?
I can appreciate you respecting it. I hate it.
Yeah. Okay.
I hate it because I'm thinking of all the game developers who do the exact same thing and get a ton of shit for doing it, but for some reason this guy, who's an animator, doesn't get any shit for it. I appreciate wanting to be perfectionist, especially if it's you trying to invoke your vision. However, you can pay people to help you animate stuff to enhance the speed of the production.
Yeah.
Unless you're such a dick to work for that no one will work for you.
I don't think he is. He's got a lot of voice actors from around the world that join in with him, so I'm basically like, what do they call them? Eskimo Bros? I'm basically Eskimo Bros with some actual voice actors now.
So I will say this, if you want to hear my extended thoughts, go back to when we watched episode 1, and I got really pissed off at the end because we watched episode 1 because I thought Rick was in it.
Yeah, I'm not in that one.
Yeah.
I'm in the first minute and a half of episode 2.
And Rick shares his experience of being an indie voice actor in that episode, explaining what the process is, and I got angry at that as well. I'm a very angry soul when it comes to talking about other people's work.
Yeah. I've already been paid for that, so the actual work's going to come like later on this year, probably sooner rather than later. And when I say probably I mean like imminently. The other thing, that I went to see the Marvel Infinity Saga in concert. I've done something similar with Star Wars, where they just took the entire A New Hope visuals and voice track and then played live orchestra over it. The downside of that is that when they're so good that you forget that they're there, you might as well just be watching the DVD.
Well, that's just it. I don't understand the concept of this, really, because it doesn't really work. Like, it's not like Fantasia, where it's just animation on the screen and there's an orchestra doing orchestra shit. That, I want to see more Fantasias. I'd love if that became a fucking thing, and honestly, it deserves to be pointed at as one of the creme, if not the creme de la creme, then fucking up there of Walt Disney's works.
Yeah. It was fantastic. Like, the one time that I knew that I needed to pay attention to like one specific performer is during the Portals song, where they start opening after Cap's had his final stand.
Yeah, I'm familiar with the scene.
And there's like one guy with a French horn, and they knew what they were doing. They put him right in the middle, and they put a spotlight on him, and I'm like, yeah, that's the one. And it's just such a goosebumps moment in the entire franchise. But yeah, the first half, before the intermission, was building up to Thanos getting all the stones.
Yeah, makes
well,
sense.
not even getting up all the stones. It was the bit where he goes, fine, I'll do it myself. And then the second half was him getting all the stones, and then getting, eventually, to having a snap and then getting defeated.
Okay.
But yeah, the first half was the establishing stuff, like the Solo movie highlights, the Avengers 1 highlights. They basically skipped over Ultron, but oh well.
Ultron is nothing in the MCU. He really is just a footnote.
Yeah. He could have been a big deal, but they never give him the power level that they give him in that one movie.
You're talking about the What If, aren't you?
No, the Avengers 2 movie where Ultron like has control of like a third of the internet.
Yeah, but he gets dealt with before it becomes an issue.
Yeah. Yeah,
the problem with Ultron, the problem with a lot of things in Marvel Comics is you can't do a one-to-one translation from the comics because everything in the comics is stupid.
Yeah, and they want their villains to survive so they can use them again.
Well, not Ultron, apparently.
Yeah. But yes, other than that, I managed to snag a Nintendo Switch 2. Snagged it for less than the price that they're selling for used over here, so I've been having a little bit of fun with that. And as everyone has already reiterated, I had to see it firsthand. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet performance issues vanish immediately as soon as you boot it up.
Yeah, on the one hand, there's so many mixed emotions here, because it's like, yeah, cool, the game finally functions. But is it not infuriating that people who pirated the game and played it on PC had these issues fixed ages ago?
Yeah, it really points towards the fact that they should have just delayed it and then released it as a Switch 2 exclusive.
Can't do that, I'm afraid. We need the Pokebucks, even though we spend a fraction of our budget for a Zelda game on Pokemon.
Yeah, we spent $0 on this, pump it out, and you will buy it anyway. And I did. And I enjoyed it. But I did. Yeah, so I'm part of the problem as well.
I mean, I've got to be honest with you, I preferred Sword and Shield.
Yeah, because it had a world.
Like, I've always fucking done this, though. I've said for ages that I want Pokemon to stay as Pokemon. I think it's interesting being able to see wild Pokemon as you walk around, but I kind of prefer the random encounters and fixed routes as opposed to, here's a big space with nothing fucking in it as you walk to this town that's not even a town, it's like a fucking a rest stop in America.
Yeah, like, I think I told the story when the game was new, like, when they do the exam and ask you, what was your most memorable gym? And you answer, and you say, and what was the town that it was in? And I'm like, fuck. None of these.
No chance of remembering. I just Googled it.
Yeah. Like, none of these have any chance of me remembering. And I failed the thing, and Rika said, go away. And then I went back in after having looked on the map and gone, okay, that's Montenezuma. That's where Time lives. Oh, sorry, Rhyme. And and then Rika chastised me for, I don't know why you had so much problem first time round. Oh, it's because these towns are not towns.
They're not memorable in any way. I can't name a single town from Scarvio.
Yeah, like, I can name a couple, but like, yeah, it's like Levincia, where Iono lives, Artisan, where the art guy lives. yeah. The trials are somewhat memorable. The towns are not.
No, they're not. I don't remember any of the trials.
Kicking the olive.
You know what? I do have vague recollections of kicking an olive.
Hunting for 2 FPS budgies.
Oh, no, they were sunflower kerns, weren't they?
Oh, yeah, sunflowers. Yeah.
Yeah, and I remember that one now that you've reminded me of it. Funny that. And I remember hating it.
Yeah, and falling with style down a mountain on your Miridon or Coridon.
I don't remember that one at all.
Yeah, that was for the ski slope ski lady that was a man.
I was going to say, that was a bloke, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I remember his name. It was Grusha, wasn't it?
Yeah, Grusha.
Yeah. I remember that character so clearly, partly because of an artist on the Twitter. Because as soon as the character got revealed, it's like, haha, I fixed her and drew her with massive tits. 2 seconds later, it's a bloke. He went, ah, fuck.
While I was away, they announced and then released the Samsung Trifold, and I managed to play with one when I was in Dubai. It was very cool. It was very neat. It was very tempting, but I don't have $2,500 to sling around.
It's expensive for a phone.
It is. I think they're trying to say not only is it a phone, but it's basically the power of the £1,100 super tablet that they also have. And like, okay, I get it, but no, it's not because you can't use a pen.
That's the dividing factor for you, is it?
It is. It actually is. Like the one that a mutual friend of ours got. He jumped ship from Samsung to this other brand. They are doing everything right with that technology. They're making it thin. They're making it bigger battery, which Samsung have not done since the third iteration. They're now on 7.
Fuck me, that is a big old jump.
Yeah. From 3rd to 7, they've got 4,400 milliamp hour batteries, and it's not enough for an adult content diet. The thinner one that our friend has is up to at least 5,600. I think the new one's 6,000.
Is this the friend I'm thinking of?
Yes.
Yeah, I think I accidentally disappointed him because he wanted to show off his phone. And my exact response were, "That's really cool. I don't care about phones." And then he sort of visibly deflated, and I was like, "But you know this about me. You've seen my phone."
Yeah. Well, is it? Yeah. Yours is that really annoying point in Samsung history where it didn't work with the Galaxy VR, despite physically fitting into it.
No, it didn't fit in it. It was slightly too big.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I remember getting annoyed by that.
Yeah, it was annoying because the Galaxy VR is actually a reasonably decent piece of kit, which is the reason I'm not getting rid of my Note 8, despite it being a piece of shit. So it's basically just something that I run in my Galaxy VR to have a budget version of. It's not even budget because I paid full price for the damn thing when it was new. But yeah, budget in relation to an Oculus Quest 3 or whatever.
I totally get you. However, do you want to know what my annoying millennial habit is?
Getting rid of foes?
I can't get rid of technology.
Okay.
I can't throw tech away. I just can't.
My PS1 is somewhere in my room.
Okay, I'll put the caveat here. Like, working tech. If something's broken and is unfixable, it's like, nah, in the bin it goes. I've got no issue with that. I mean, it's like, if I upgrade something, I'm like, yeah, but I'm keeping the old one.
Yeah, I keep the most recent one, and the older ones become trade-in fodder. Because when they do a minimum trade-in value on just about anything, like, it was something like, you can get £300 trade-in on anything, or you can get £310 for the thing that is your current phone. I'm like, okay, I'm going to go and find this phone of shame from 15 years ago and trade that in for the £300.
Okay, but at the same time, whoever's doing that deal is a moron for not having like an asterisk of, yeah, no, don't take the piss.
I mean, yeah, it has to turn on.
No, not even it has to turn on. It's like it has to be a phone that we can do something with.
Yeah, they're basically just sending it to the, not even to melt it down. Well, they are melting it down, but not the whole thing. They're doing it to get rid of like all the like bismuth and lithium out of it.
Yeah, get the valuable shit so they can use it in their new shit.
Yeah.
I get you. I knew what you meant. But thanks for explaining it to the audience who might not, because apparently we've got at least one 60-year-old person listening according to their metric.
Hello. When I got home, I turned 40.
You did. How was your birthday? Because I saw images. I do want to go on a little tangent actually very quickly because it was a very weird cycle we went through. Because I got added to a WhatsApp group fucking months ago by a mutual friend of yours, mutual friend of ours. And it was just like inviting a bunch of people because your mum and dad really wanted to get as many people as possible to show up. Big problem being, of course, that this is the weekend before Christmas.
Yep.
It's a bit difficult.
I couldn't help that bit.
No, you couldn't at all. But it was just like very early on in the conversation, I'm like, yeah, I work weekends, and that's the weekend before Christmas. I will not be able to get it off.
Yeah.
And even if I could, I can't afford a fucking hotel at that time
Sure.
of year because everyone jacks the prices up. It's just the nature of Christmas time. Sorry, Rick.
Yeah, no worries.
And but I had this interesting conversation with the mutual Northern friend who they haven't been on the podcast, so I'm not naming them. But they messaged me asking me to invite 4 people to the WhatsApp group. Two of those people I could, no problem. It's the 2 people I know.
Yep.
And then there was 2 other names, and I went, I'll add so and so and so and so, but I don't know who the fuck these people are, so I can't help you with that.
Yeah. So I had 2 birthdays. One of them was the party day. The other one was the day itself. The party was very fun. It was a Lego party. It took place in we call it the Creaky Elbows Shack because that's where my folks used to do. Well, my dad used to do meetups with other elderly people. They called it the aches and pains, like retired people complaining about things, but also just having a good time social. The cafe, the Brick Bank Cafe, which they run a charity called Autism Bricks, where they give. They lend out sets to families of kids with autism, or even adults with autism.
I'm trying really hard not to laugh because the joke writes itself.
Yes. Yes. Like the only more on the nose thing you can do is if the set is of Sonic the Hedgehog or trains.
I was thinking trains, but yeah, Sonic's up there.
Yeah. And yeah, the other things we did there were you got this massive pool of Lego that anyone around the table could use, and we just draw little challenges. One of them was build a tower, one of them was build a car, one of them was build a house, and the last one was build a monster. My monster was cool because it had a rotating and tilting neck.
That is pretty cool. I'm an avid enjoyer of Lego, but I like having a set and instructions. I'm not so much one of these people who's like, here's a big pile of Lego, make something. I'd be immediately like...
Yeah, I too get like decision paralysis. That's why I needed I need the challenge. If you're told to build something along the lines of something, cool. If you're told to just go have fun, yeah, decision paralysis out the ass.
What poor fucker had the job of, like, at the end of the day, assumedly someone who works there, who has to fucking pry apart all the bricks?
They have at least 2 volunteers every day. That's what they do. Because in the regular cafe, there are 2 menus. One's for food, the other one's for Lego. The Lego is rental. You rent out an entire set, as you say, with instructions. And you can do a 15, 30, 60 or 90-minute build.
See, that's not enough time for me to build Lego, because I like to relax.
Well, yeah. These are suggestions. They're not time limits. They're suggestions of how long it probably will take.
Oh, because you're saying it's rental, I assumed you literally had like a hard time limit of, you rent this set, you get 90 minutes to build it. Hope you're fucking quick, motherfucker.
Nah. You've got the table at the cafe. The longer you take, the more you probably want to drink. So that's fine too. So yeah, once you're in there. Until it's closing time, you're good.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, they've got stuff up to including like parts of Hogwarts and stuff like that. Massive Lego Technic cars and stuff. I don't know if they've got any heads. They might have a head.
Rick brings that up because that's my preferred type of set.
Yeah. And yeah, that was just generically nice. The thing I did on my birthday was Warhammer World. Went down with a mutual friend of ours and met another friend of mine who wasn't able to make it to the Lego party itself, who actually just lives in that general area, and that was nice to see him.
Yeah, you said he took because we've not named him, we can say this. You said he took a long lunch.
Yeah, he did. Yep. It reports directly to the MD, so it's not a big deal. But yeah, being able to take a long lunch and see people is great. And yeah, that's now we get into the interstitial part, movies.
Oh yes, I wonder if we had any crossover here.
I have seen 3 movies. They're all sequels.
Oh, okay. Let me just check. One of mine is technically a sequel, but I know you didn't watch it.
Sure. So I saw Wicked 2,
How'd you find it? Because that seemed to have a very mixed bag of reviews. Obviously, I've got no fucking horse in this race. I don't care about Wicked.
I liked Wicked, so I knew I was going to enjoy it. The lead man is Grahatia from Final Fantasy.
I think a mutual friend of ours went on about this, but I didn't know what he was talking about, so I just kind of smiled and nodded.
Yeah, the cat boy the cat boy that everybody loves.
No, it's more that I don't think he mentioned the film. He just said he was in a film, and I was just like, I don't know what you're talking about, but okay.
Sure, now you have the complete scenario. He's the one that turns into the scarecrow during So they recontextualize a bunch of Dorothy's companions by it being a regular person in the world that got transformed into it by some reason or another. And this one he gets transformed into the scarecrow as a monkey's paw curse that he will never feel pain and never die.
You gotta be real careful with those genie wishes.
Yeah, so they take his brain away, so he doesn't have any, nerve endings going to anything that can tell him that it hurts. But because he's still got his soul, he's still got all of his brain functions.
It's magic. It's fine. I'll hand wave that.
Yeah, it's magic. It's all fine and good. So yeah, he strides off into the wild green yonder with Elphaba at the end, which is great. It's cool.
Who's Elphaba?
She is the wicked witch, the wicked witch of the West.
Oh, okay. I just know it was the Wicked Witch. I've not watched this shit, man. I don't care.
Yeah, she's the green one.
Yeah, no shit.
I liked it. My folks said that they vastly preferred it to the first part, and that you could watch the second part without knowledge of the first.
Well, I assume the first part is all set-up work.
Pretty much. It's set up, and then there's a time skip. So the second one starts after the time skip, after telling you that there's been a time skip.
How much of a time skip is there?
Like a year.
Well, it's important, because a time skip could be 2 weeks.
Yeah. Could be 2 weeks, could be 7 years. Other one that I saw, Zootopia 2.
Did they do the abortion art?
No. Although they do a little bit more ship tease, including Nick saying "love your partner."
Listen, Rick, I've not seen the movie. I've not seen either movie for Zootopia. My entire knowledge of Zootopia is memes, and
yes.
I was under the impression that those two were a couple at the end of the first movie.
Yeah, so the time skip between that movie and this one is 2 weeks. Yeah. So it's fucking it's damn near a direct follow-on with no skip. The mayor has been replaced by Patrick Warburton.
Sure.
And he's basically just a buff Swiftwind.
So Swiftwind.
Yeah. And the crux of it is getting snakes back into Zootopia, because the very first snake, the whole like dividing thing of north, south, east, west into different zones was designed by a snake.
Okay.
But got erased from history.
I don't know what to feel about this, because I don't know enough of the context, and I don't expect you to explain it.
Yeah. They're getting reptiles back into the mammal-only city, and the stinger at the end has a bird feather. So birds are coming to Zootopia 3.
Oh, are you telling me that Zootopia 1 has hard segregation?
Yep, they have hard segregation, mammals only.
Oh! I didn't realise it was that fucked up!
Yep.
No wonder why the fucking Nazi furries like this movie.
Oh, boy. Yeah. And the last movie I saw was Avatar 3.
Wind and Fire, or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, Fire and Ash, yeah.
Wind and Fire?
Yes.
I was thinking of that disco song. Fucking idiot.
Yeah, Earth, Wind and Fire. They sang September, didn't they?
What?
Earth, Wind and Fire, they did September. Do you remember? The 23rd night of September.
I don't know. I just remember the group's name because it's quite distinct.
Sure. Yeah, because they're missing Wet, Wet, Wet.
Ugh.
It was fine. It was visual spectacle from start to finish, and I didn't know what the main villain was thinking at any point, because he flip-flops between I must find this guy and I must kill him to I'm now right next to him and now we must work together for like 10 minutes and then we part, and then I go back to I must find him and kill him.
That sounds really Here's the thing, Rick. I think one of the best decisions I ever made in my life was an early decision, and that was I never watched the first Avatar film.
The first one is the only one that's even remotely good.
Yeah, but here's the thing. It means I don't have to give a fuck about these sequels.
Yep.
We've got a mutual friend, Rick, who only watches the Avatar films because it's something he can do with his nan.
Okay.
That's how bad these movies... to me, that's a bad indictment of a film. I do this so I can hang out with someone.
Yeah. The main... Well, the secondary main villain, the leader of the Fire Clan, looks so much like a fucking magic card.
I don't know if this is the person who I've seen.
She's a
a good
Na'vi.
start.
She's a Na'vi, and she's got... she's, like, painted herself in mostly white ash, and she's given herself, a center parting and, like, fan-shaped hair, and she uses fire.
Yeah, this is the person who I've seen, and I will admit they look hot, pun intended.
She does.
However, all the Na'vis look hot because they're weird aliens and are blue.
Yes, except this one is grey because she painted herself grey.
Yeah, who cares? So did Kratos, and he's hot.
Yeah. The human, well, the quote-unquote human main villain who turned himself into, he got turned into a Na'vi against his will after he died.
Don't get me fucking started on that shit, because again, I never watched the first film. I don't really understand why some people turn into Na'vis, and you don't need to explain it. I don't care. But it's confusing as fuck as someone who's never watched anything.
Yeah, he ends up seducing her, and to show that he's her property, he also paints himself white. It's so stupid.
Here's the thing, Rick. You fucking went to pay for seats to see it.
I did.
You got to remember, these Avatar films are nothing more than an elaborate scheme for James Cameron to gain funds so he can live under the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah, the bravest pioneer. And lift the bar. Man, I do love that theme tune for him, and apparently he does too.
Here's the thing, though, is like when South Park takes the piss out of people, they usually bang on, and you can tell a lot about someone's sense of humour if they can, quote-unquote, roll with the punches. Like, Russell Crowe thinks him going around the world and fighting everyone is hilarious. Yeah. Even Lord goes, I kind of like... I didn't know my mustache was that big. However, I've caught myself going, yeah. That's the only bit of the Lord joke that I find funny.
Yeah.
The rest of the Lord joke is just like, this is just Randy being dumb. And that's fine. That's what South Park is 90% of the time nowadays.
Yeah. And when he shows how he turned having a poo into a song.
That was really good. Well, actually, I don't know if we're talking about the same thing, but when he got the world record shit, that was such a good episode.
Hot.
Oh, God. And he shit bigger than Bono. Bono is the world's biggest turd by definition.
Yeah, according to them, yeah. And now into my little snippets of news that I've seen. Video killed the radio star.
What's this about?
MTV.
Oh shit! Yeah, I heard about this like 2 days ago.
Yeah, they started their run in Europe with "Video Killed the Radio Star" on as their very first broadcast, and that was their very last broadcast as well. They've now pulled out of the UK and Europe,
with one
because
exception.
We have to specify the two. Oh, what's the exception?
They've kept one channel, but the channel is showing exclusively reality TV.
Okay, so it's not MTV,
but it's got the MTV branding.
Sure. Yeah. So I'm going to call it Desperate Houseflies, but the random shit that they put out that was nothing to do with music to begin with.
Yeah.
Okay. End of an era. I remember there being like 30 music channels when I was growing up, when I was waiting for Dragon Ball Z to come on. Real end of an era. There's a new Steins Gate.
That's not what I expected to hear.
Yes, it's called Egoistic Poriomania.
This sounds bad.
The first episode came out last week.
Oh, it's an anime.
I will be keeping an eye on it. It's a 24-minuter as well, because I saw that one and was like, clicky. Expecting it to be like a movie, and it's like, no, it's just anime length. And I'm like, okay, so this is episode 1 of this. Sweet. I'm going to save that for this weekend.
So you haven't watched episode 1 yet?
I've not watched episode 1 yet.
Sorry, go.
I'm not so much saving it for a rainy day. I'm saving it for when I have time to concentrate, because I haven't recently.
I totally get you on that front. So you don't know anything about it then? Is it not even following? Is it following the same cast, or is it a different cast? Is it a different reality? What's going on?
I think it's the same cast. I think it's a sequel to the quote-unquote good end at the end of the Parallel series, which came out about 6 years ago.
Okay, so what's the good end for that? Because I don't know.
Fusing both realities into having both of the girls alive.
That does sound like the best ending.
Yes.
Yeah. So I remember even in the visual novel, it's like, hey, which girl do you really want to save? And why is it that you want to actually just go with the guy?
Yeah. Who you can turn into a girl by telling her mum to, eat supplements.
Yeah, that's the good ending for that cat. Well, that's the ending with them category as you turn him into a her, and then it's like, I'm gonna stay in this world and smang this girl.
Yep. And the other one for Fair is Nyan Nyan. The super rich girl who like owns Akihabara.
Dude, I don't even remember that character.
Yeah. She's got the cat cafe. She got the maid cafe, but she's a cat as well. And yeah, she owns like half of Akihabara. She makes all the other maids say nyan as well, which is really cute.
Too long didn't read. Anime is stupid.
Yeah. So yeah, looking forward to when I'm in the right frame of mind to watch some of this. And every other Steins Gate has gripped me like by everything that I have. And yeah, it's always been peak. Never not enjoyed Steins Gate. And the last thing that I have on my list is that the GOG founder and CD Projekt Red co-founder has bought GOG from CD Projekt Red.
Good, I guess. Like, CJ Projekt Red wasn't doing anything with it.
Yeah, so the upshot of that is it takes concentration away from CDPR so they can be CDPR and not just a platform wrangler, because part of the reason Valve are not doing very much is because they have to spend so much time maintaining Steam. It takes quite a bit of work.
And that's fine. That's why they've practically got a monopoly on the market.
Yeah, I'm very happy that GOG is like the runner-up in this, because they're basically the equivalent of Steam, but without DRM.
I love GOG. I don't use it very often, but I'm so glad it fucking exists.
Yes, absolutely.
And one of the best things they do, which I learnt relatively recently, is they straight up have an email address just for you to send them requests. Of just being like, hey, there's this old game you used to be able to play on PC. Can't find it, and you don't sell it. Can you try and get it? And they'll be like, yeah, all right, if enough people want it.
Yeah, it's like I found this thing on the Abandonware website. I feel bad pirating it. Can you sell it to me?
Well, one of the things with pirating stuff like that is less about feeling bad about pirating it and more about, man, all the sites that carry it are sus.
Yes.
Like, have you ever seen the meme of, like, I know this game, and you're just looking at a screen where there's free download buttons? Like, none of these are real. Where's the real one?
True enough.
Oh god, how many fucking computers just got fucking completely bricked back in the day from idiot shit kids trying to get the new fucking Slim Shady album?
Not even idiot shit kids, it's you have to get got by it once.
You're not wrong, but it's easy to say that when I'm 33 and I did this when I was 12.
Yeah, hopefully the one that you got by was just one of the JPEGs that's a download button being something that just opens up 7 different windows and they're all fucking ads.
Here's the thing, we had there was 3 kids living in my house when we got a computer, and our first fucking internet service provider was AOL, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
And let me tell you this, did not take long until half the screen was taken up by toolbars.
Yeah.
But look, the mouse is a butterfly now.
Which you could do anyway. You could just, like, edit the mouse into a fucking JPEG.
Yeah, 10-year-olds don't know that. I say 10-year-old, I would have been like fucking 8. 8-year-olds don't know that shit. They definitely don't know it now.
My first computer was Windows 95, and it didn't have a modem, so it couldn't do any internet at all. It was just there to, play like 2 games that I had. 3, actually. And, connect a mouse to it so you could piss about in MS Paint with a mouse.
My favourite game to play was when a program was loading, and you'd have the small little... I'm calling it a game, it's not a game at all, but you'll be able to relate. I'm almost as old as you. Where you'd have the small little load bar, and if you moved it about the screen, yeah? Do you see what I'm going about this?
Yeah. It makes the after image trails.
Yeah, oh god. That was my favourite game on the PC.
Can you fill the screen?
Trying to fill the screen with it before the actual thing loads.
Yep.
Yeah, good times. Man, computers were a different beast back in the day. But then again, with all the new laws coming into effect, the internet's a completely different place now. They're trying to tame it, and I wouldn't say they're succeeding, but they're doing more damage to it than good.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they're doing damage to it, and the enshittification of the internet has already done damage to it, where, like, they're extracting every single iota of eyes on revenue from advertising. It's just terrible. Yeah. And the worst thing is, they'll show ads that are more explicit than the content that they allow for advertisable content.
Completely changed. Well, on the same line of thought, but different avenue of that is I hit the fucking IMGR problem the other day, which I didn't think I'd ever actually hit.
Oh yeah, they pulled out of Britain because they can't be bothered.
Yeah, but then first of all, they don't allow 18 plus content anyway, haven't done for a few years. Second of all, I was trying to get a bunch of new images for our Rumble series. I showed you one of the new backgrounds. I did manage to track stuff down, but there was a really great mega thread on Reddit of just like, here is an album of a shit zillion fighting game stages, just clean UI, clean without the UI, no fighters on them. And I went, yes, clicked on it. It's Imgur, and it just says, sorry, we're not allowed in your country. And it's like, you lie.
Yeah. So yeah, that's why that's why I have a nice free VPN that I can just click on when I need to see something like that.
Oh yeah, but you'll need ID for that soon, which I'll super be able to enforce with no problem.
Oh yeah.
It's still you.
But yeah, that's it for me and my week. How about you? What have you been? Where have you been this entire month?
Alrighty, let's get the movies out of the way, shall we?
Yes, shall.
I watched Predator Badlands.
You did! You said it was one of the best things of this year.
It was very good. It was up there. It was really interesting having just straight up a Predator protagonist. He was our eyes into the world. I think I mentioned this before now, but I'll mention it again. But it was effectively a foreign movie for a big chunk of it, because every time the Predator spoke, there was subtitles because the Predator doesn't speak.
Yeah, sure.
And he's communicating with the android, who was our main actual human face. Had a lot of banter with that. Very good. One of the things about this film that made me laugh is there was a film a couple of years ago where the Predators came to Earth because they needed to harness the power of autism. And it seems they succeeded, because this Predator was autistic as fuck.
Sure. Fantastic.
Movies are dumb even when they're trying not to be. That's a stupid premise for a film. Anyway, the action scenes were great. The director did not lie. He was absolutely telling the truth. It was like, yeah, we're not an 18 because there's no red blood, and it's still such a stupid rule. There's so much blood in this movie.
But because it's not red, you're fine.
I think I told you this. It's the same reason why when people show off Mortal Kombat fatalities on YouTube, they're always doing it on the alien characters that have got green blood.
Sure.
Yeah. It's a good movie. I don't know if I'll give it a 10 out of 10, but definitely a high 9.
Yeah, sweet.
And they left it on enough of a cliffhanger that there could be a sequel, but I wouldn't be too bothered if this was a one and done.
Yeah, fair enough. Can you see it being a jumping off point for a good old revival?
I don't know, man, because I don't really think revival would be the right word, because we're focusing on Predators doing stuff without humans.
Sure.
It wouldn't be a revival so much as something different.
Sure. Okay.
I don't know if you've ever watched a Predator film, Rick, but the main premise is usually Predator hunting a human.
Yeah, Predator hunting something. The only one that I've seen is Alien vs. Predator 1.
Well, that don't count.
Which is, no, it doesn't in any way. It doesn't in any way.
Yeah, no. I don't know what you'd call Alien vs. Predator, but it doesn't. Alien vs. Predator is a great movie if you like throwbacks to better movies.
Yes.
Another film I watched was Nuremberg.
Okay.
This is a historical film, as it were, starring Rami Malek and Russell Crowe.
Okay.
It's very weird. Right, so it covered the very opening gambit of the Nuremberg trials, which, if you don't know what they are, basically it was the first proper war crime trial.
Yeah.
Yeah, where they were trying Nazi high command, and then it just sort of went down and down the ranks until they tried everybody involved with that monstrosity that we call the Holocaust. It focuses on Goering, who, again, if people don't know, somehow was effectively Hitler's number 2, especially at the end of the war. And they do a really good job of making this character, but played by Russell Crowe, by the way, which I didn't realise he was that good of an actor.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Russell Crowe as Goering, and Robert Downey Jr. is the president in not Heisenberg.
You're thinking of Oppenheimer, and he wasn't the president.
Oppenheimer. Oh yeah, he was like the handler. I didn't even know it was him.
Yeah, I think I even had the exact same view of wow, it was really good to see Robert Downey Jr. not be Iron Man.
Yeah, totally.
But yeah, Russell Crowe fucking knocks it out of the park as Goering. I didn't rate Rami Malek's performance that highly, but he did fine.
Sure.
I don't think it was his performance. I think it was the writing.
Right. Okay.
For Rami Malek, and why I wasn't a big fan of that. But whatever, that's a me problem. But with Goering, they did a scarily good job of being like, oh, this is why they got away with so much shit.
Sure.
Because Goering is incredibly charismatic throughout the film, while entirely being an evil monster.
I mean, yeah, that's how they get you.
Yeah. There's a there's a warning at the beginning of the film as well that straight up says, by the way, you will see footage from the Holocaust in this movie, so if you have a weak constitution, maybe you shouldn't watch this. And listen, World War II is not my area of expertise. I know a bit about World War II because I'm British and they teach that pretty fucking heavily in school. But there's a part during the trial where they set up a bunch of projectors because they're going to play footage, and the Germans, I'm not going to call them Germans, I'm going to call them Nazis because it's a bit fairer. The Nazis in the dock are laughing and pointing at the camera, at the projectors, and being like, "Oh, cinema!" And I was immediately like, "Oh fuck, I know about this moment in history because I've seen it before." It's a very well documented thing where the people in the stand were laughing at the fact of seeing a film, and then I don't think I need to spell it out, but I will. The film ends up being like, "Yeah, this is what we found, motherfuckers."
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, and here's a fact about me, Rick. I've never actually seen footage of the Holocaust before.
Neither have I. I've not gone looking for it. I've been to a Holocaust exhibit at a war museum, and it made me ashamed to be human. I don't think I could particularly stomach the live footage.
Well, here's the thing. I've seen images in textbooks, again, from school, but I've never seen this footage, and it's footage that they straight up have just taken from it. They didn't refilm stuff. It's just historical archived footage that you can look up if you want to. I wouldn't recommend it, of that the Americans filmed after liberating camps, of just like, this is what this, and it's like, Jesus Christ, you don't really quite realise how bad it is by just reading about it.
Yeah.
I will put a big old asterisk of this has got the same problem that every historical movie has, in that, yes, it's got facts in it, but they're not all correct.
Sure.
It's just, I'm not talking about the Holocaust part. I want to make that abundantly fucking clear. I'm just saying they dramatise certain things that that no one has any way of knowing because it was never documented, but they dramatise it because you're watching a fucking movie.
Yeah, dramatisation may not have happened.
Oh god, I love that disclaimer so much. But yeah, if you're interested at all in specifically like the aftermath of World War II, it's a pretty good watch. And again, Russell Crowe, he won't get any awards for this film because it's not that type of movie, but boy, do I feel like he should.
Sweet.
Another thing I watched was the new Running Man.
Oh, okay, I've not seen any Running Men's.
Yeah, okay, so the original Running Man was obviously a book by Stephen King. The original movie was a generic action film starring Arnold Schwarzenegger. I watched that film as a kid and I loved it. It was so camp and goofy and over the top. It includes a classic fight scene between Schwarzenegger and Jesse the Body Ventura.
Sweet. Okay.
This movie was crap. It wasn't crap. It was interesting up until a certain point, and I can tell you the exact point it was interesting until.
Okay.
It was interesting until Michael Cera showed up.
Oh, man.
And I'm not... I want to make this abundantly clear, and I know I've used that phrase already. I'm not shitting on Michael Cera. It's not because of Michael Cera that the film went to shit, but Michael Cera showing up and his character being introduced is the part where I was like, this film's now stupid.
Yeah.
But again, not because of Michael Cera... It's just he was on screen at the moment where it was like you can pinpoint the moment where the film goes downhill, and it's Sarah.
It's not right, Sarah.
It's not because of him, but he was on screen and I remember it. And yeah, it's not a good movie. It feels like it definitely had a message at one point, but it feels like they lost sight of that really early on.
Yeah, sweet.
The only good thing I have to say about this movie is that the friend who I went to see it with, the only thing he knew about Running Man is that it was an old film that I watched as a kid, and it starred Arnold Schwarzenegger, which means that both of us laughed our fucking asses off when they showered future bucks down on the screen and they all had fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger's face on them.
Okay.
Like, that's good. That's a nice reference. I like that. That was funny. And that's the only part of the film I'm complimenting.
Sure. Yeah. I'll admit to that being actually pretty funny.
Another thing I watched was a Netflix movie. I watched it on Netflix. I didn't go and see it in the cinema. I spoke about it like a couple of days ago on the podcast, on the retrospective, because it was part of my Hype 2025.
Sweet.
Yeah, Wake Up Dead Man, a Knives Out story. It was a good film. I'm going to make it a footnote here and just say it was a good film. Go and watch it. If you want to hear me talk about it, go back and watch the last retrospective, which I believe was episode 209.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. Last but not least, on the movie front, I watched Anaconda.
Okay.
This is a remake of a classic film starring Jack Black and Paul Rudd.
Was it any fun?
I'm glad you used the word fun.
Yeah. Was it any good? No. Was it any fun?
Yeah, it was a shit film. I never want to watch it again, but it was fun.
Okay, so it was fun at least.
It was a fun movie. I don't regret watching it, but I don't ever want to see it again.
Sure, I get you.
There is one moment in this film that I want to dwell on and talk about, and I don't count it as a spoiler because it's a moment from the trailer.
Okay.
There's a character in the film who is a snake handler. He handles the snake for the film that it's kind of like a mockumentary style film in that this is the story of the people making the film rather than actually the film, but they get wound up in a real scenario. But yeah, the guy has his pet snake get killed in front of him because the main actor man in the film, who's played by Paul Rudd, throws the snake off him and it gets his head chopped off. Awful moment because it's like, oh my god, someone lost his pet. We cut to the funeral scene where this character is crying his eyes out because he's just lost his pet snake, and I'm like, wow, this is horrible. I think anyone who's ever lost a pet is like, wow, that's awful. Cut to our mutual friend Rick sitting beside me, laughing his arse off.
Oh boy.
And I'm just like, what the fuck? Now, the funeral scene does devolve into funny hijinks, funny slapstick, stupid stuff, and that does get quite hilarious. But as soon as the film finished, I just turned to my friend and said, you're a fucking psychopath. And he was like, why? I'm like, I want to make this clear. No one else was laughing. I don't think it was meant to be a funny scene. It was a person granted, hamming it up a bit with the way he was crying. It's meant to be a comedy, I suppose. But crying his eyes out because he just lost a beloved pet. And there's one person in the cinema laughing, and it's my friend sitting next to me.
Having a giggle.
Making me think, Jesus Christ, what is wrong with you?
Oh well.
Yeah.
It could have gone worse.
It could have gone. I don't know. I assume he found it funny because it's a snake, and most people don't have snakes as pets, so it's fine. But it's still a fucking pet.
It is.
Alrighty. On to other things I did that aren't movies.
Okay.
Rick, I got a new phone.
You got a new phone?
I did.
What'd you get?
Who cares? It's a Samsung, and it cost me nothing.
Okay.
It's a cheap Samsung. The reason I got
like an A25 or something.
Yeah, it's an A something or other. It's the new A phone. And the reason why I assume it's new is because I tried to buy a like wallet case for the phone, and just no one's selling them yet because I guess it's not new of a shape.
Yeah, it's a new shape and it's not an S.
I'll put it this way: I don't think the shape's new. I think it's literally just the position of the goddamn camera that's different.
Sure.
But yeah, I got a new phone, and the reason why I bring this up is twofold. One, I've been bombarded with texts from Tesco telling me that, hey, your phone's old, we're turning off 3G support soon. And even though my phone was 4G, they're like, your phone's old 4G, which I don't know what the fuck that means.
Yeah, I don't know either. Yeah, but 3G going away is kind of a bit of an issue. 4G and 2G are staying on.
So fucking weird. Anyway, because they're like, we think your phone's not compatible with 4G, even though it is. It always says 4G when I'm connected to Wi-Fi to data. We're giving you two choices. You can either leave our network with no cancellation fee, we'll just cut off your contract because we can't service you anymore, which honestly I thought was surprisingly decent of them. The other option is, here's a code that gives you £75 off any brand new SIM-free phone. And I was like, oh, cool. Now, Tesco sell their phones at a bit of a markup.
Yeah.
If I bought this phone brand new from Tesco, it would cost me £200.
Sure.
If I bought this phone off Amazon brand new, it's like between 160 and 170 depending on what day it is.
Yeah, but you get more of a discount by using the discount than by going away.
Exactly. And I had to explain this to my mum several times.
Sure.
My mum was like, hang on, so why are we going to Tesco like 3 days before Christmas? And I was like, I need to do some phone stuff. And it's like, okay, but why? And I went, well, okay, so I got this voucher. It gets me £75 off. If they don't have the phone I want, I'll get it from Amazon instead because it's cheaper on Amazon. She went, so why don't you just get it from Amazon in the first place? I went, but with the code, with the discount code, it's cheaper in Tesco by about fucking 35 quid.
Sure.
But I had to repeat that like 5 times before it sank in. And I was like, oh, this is what conversations with me is sometimes like. But yeah, I got a new phone. I hate it.
Okay.
It's just different enough from my old phone that everything is a chore now.
Yeah. And everything is in a different place, so when you're trying to edit anything, you need to learn how to learn.
Well, my biggest issue with it is it doesn't show me texts on my lock screen.
Right, okay.
Except it does, but the phone doesn't tell you this.
Sure.
So what I have to do is I have to touch the top of the phone and swipe down to get it to show text messages that I haven't looked at yet.
Yeah, and you have to swipe from the corner to get the thing that you would normally swipe down for, which is your shortcut to like Bluetooth and shit.
For me, that's still just top to bottom.
Okay.
But yeah, in my old phone, it would just, on the lock screen, if I have a text message, it would just show me the text message on my lock screen. I can understand why people don't want that, but I do want that because that's how I've always had it.
Okie dokie.
And they've taken that feature away, and it's made me not miserable, but very cranky. Every time I get a text now, I go, oh, for fuck's sake, 'cause it means I have to unlock my phone.
Yeah, I got sick of unlocking my phone, so my phone doesn't have a lock, but my banking apps all have PIN codes.
That's fair. I wouldn't trust that. I like having my screen being off.
Oh yeah, the screen is off.
Okay.
But when I touch it, it wakes up.
Nah, I don't trust that at all. But hey, it's not my phone. I don't have to care.
Sure.
Do you want to talk about some video game stuff?
Let's go.
I played the shit out of and absolutely adored this game that I also bought for you for Christmas last birthday. I'm talking about Dispatch.
Yeah, apparently people really love it, and it is now complete. When it first came out, it was not.
Cool. So here's a fun fact, Rick. I didn't know it was episodic because when I bought it, it was already done.
Yeah, it was episodic. It was like 3 weeks before it was finished.
Yeah, it was. I found out it was a very odd way they did it because they released 2 episodes at a time, and there was 8 episodes.
Yeah. So good on them for giving day one people some amount of suspense. But yeah, by the same token, I would have been raging.
Well, the funny thing is you can actually go back onto any number of social media sites and just look back at the wild theories people were having, and I'm like, how do people have time to come up with these theories? Oh, they had week-long breaks.
Yeah. So who did he romance?
Have you played it yet?
No, but I know the 2 main romances.
Okay, I can't tell you my answer until you play a bit of it.
Okay.
Because it spoils something else.
Okay.
And that is a thing unique to me.
Sure.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to you playing Dispatch because we can 100% have a retro on this.
Apparently you can't romance the Carlac girl.
There's only 2 romance options.
Yeah, you can't romance the Carlac girl.
Although that being said, there is a big old... there's at least 2 interviews now of the developers being like, yeah, we're kind of bummed out we cut out a bunch of sex stuff.
Sure.
And it's like, yeah, so am I, because damn. Anyway, Dispatch is good. Look forward to listening to me and Rick do a retro on this. It's such good retro fodder because it's such a choice-based game.
Yeah, sweet.
I'm genuinely interested to see how much we aligned with one another.
Is any of it like real-time stuff that you need to...
You can turn it off.
Sure, okay.
It's not real-time. It's QTEs, and they're piss easy.
Sure, okay.
Listen, here's how easy the QTEs are. When you get to the end of an episode, it tells you all the stats of your choices and whatnot. It also tells you how well you did in the QTEs, and I aced every single QTE because they're not difficult, they're telltale levels. And
sure, okay.
It straight up says 99% of players did as well as you did, which means everyone did.
Sweet.
But as far as I'm aware, you can turn it off because one of the things it asks you when you boot up the game is, do you want QTEs on? And the only reason why I could think of having them off is because you want to watch the cutscenes.
Sure.
At least I assume it turns it off. That sort of setting to me feels like it implies that it just turns them off entirely if you take it off.
Okie dokie. Alrighty.
Yeah. The other video game thing I want to talk about is something a mutual friend of ours introduced me to, and I hate him for it.
Oh, okay.
There's a website called Retro Achievements.
Oh, yes, where you can get achievements for old games, and it makes them worth playing again.
But here's the thing, Rick. I used to play these old games just because I like playing these old games, and now I'm obsessed. Now I'm doing things in these old games that I would never have dreamed of doing.
Yeah. Does it actually do it in real time, or do you just have to tick things off?
Real time. You link your account to your emulator, and it just does it. The only downside is you have to make sure you have the right ROM.
Right, okay.
Which 9 times out of 10 means grabbing the USA version of games.
Yeah, which means you're technically going against the ROM code of, oh, if you have this thing, you should only get the real thing that you got the real thing of. Bah.
You will...
But oh well.
I'm confident in saying, unless you're using torrenting, I highly doubt you'll be prosecuted, at least in Britain, for having ROMs.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially if you're using a VPN.
But here's the thing: we're skirting rules here. But it's unless you're distributing, you're technically not breaking any laws.
Yeah.
However, you got to be a bit careful with this sort of thing. In general, I only play games that I do have access to. I've got an entire folder, right? I'm touching it right now, which has just PS2 discs in it.
Yeah, the good old disc folder.
It's just a lot easier to access something as a file rather than ripping your own shit, 'cause someone's already done the work. Why should I have to do it?
Yeah, I get you.
But yeah, it's great. And here's something that might tickle you, Rick.
Oh,
It's not just official games that have these achievements.
oh, they got them for ROM hacks as well.
Yes, specifically, there's so many Pokemon ROM hacks on this website that have retro achievements.
Fantastic.
Yeah, the one that I definitely saw on there was Radical Red, which I know you turned me on to.
Yeah, and it keeps getting harder.
Yeah, I looked at the achievement list for that and I went, I'm not doing that. I'm not even gonna play that for funsies logged into retro achievements, because I don't want this on my record. But yeah, it's great. The mutual friend of ours, I followed them on the website, and then they followed me back, and then they messaged me just saying, "Oh damn, you played a lot of games," because they've been using it exclusively for one long ass RPG, whereas I've been playing Simpsons Hit and Run, and the old Spyros, and Yu-Gi-Oh! Capsule Coliseum, and Pokemon Conquest, because this is all stuff I do anyway. But fucking Simpsons Hit and Run has got some bullshit achievements.
Yeah, fair enough.
A lot of them are just play the game, but some of them are beat this mission with a certain vehicle, and they're difficult because the vehicles are slow as shit. But the one I'm looking at the most is the very last achievement, the bottom of the list, which is beat the final mission of the game, which is already hard as shit, but you have to be using the drunk driving cheat.
Sure, okay.
Do you know what that cheat does, Rick?
Does it invert all your controls?
That might arguably be worse than what it actually does. What it actually does is it makes your screen blurry as shit so you can't see anything.
Sure.
You can kind of see stuff, but it's hard.
Yeah, okay, like wiggly wobbly screen, yeah.
Yeah, probably make most people sick. But yeah, I'm glad that achievements are optional. What I tend to do is I tend to just beat games and then look at the achievement list and go, do I want to sink hours into this? And the answer is usually no. But I am doing this thing where I'm trying to have no unbeaten games on my played list.
Right, okay.
So if I start a game, I want to beat it.
Sure.
And now there's something that's actually motivating me to do that.
Yeah, I get it.
Rick, in other things I did, I went to see Sabaton again.
Yes! Was it good?
It was pretty damn good.
Was good.
It was the Legendary Tour, for those of you listening in the future. It was really weird, because they said they were touring with the Legendary Orchestra, and I was like, I don't know what the fuck that means. I assumed they were going to do a Metallica, where they were playing their heavy metal music while having an orchestra assist. No, It's an entirely different act.
Okay, sweet.
So their opener is effectively the Legendary Orchestra, and they just play Sabaton songs, but with classical music, with classical instruments, a classical arrangement, and it was interesting. Can't say I'm a massive fan of it, because they just play the instrumentals, and boy, when they're playing they play just the instrumentals. With the chorus, they will occasionally have a choir piping up.
Okay.
But the problem with Sabaton songs is a lot of them sound the same when you're just listening to the actual music.
Yeah, the music sounds the same because it's that kind of feel. Like most of the joy is like following the actual story.
Yeah. Like I said, it's not the worst thing in the world, but I would have probably preferred a more traditional opening act.
Yeah. And I do like the meme of the mocha latte was invented in 1892.
Coffee beans were discovered. Yeah, it's pretty good. As for Sabaton themselves, they were great. They had a 20-minute long segment before they came on stage of Napoleon, Genghis Khan, and Julius Caesar just having an argument.
Sure.
Which was kind of like, it was a bit drawn out, but it was funny. The guy playing Napoleon was a goddamn legend.
Sweet.
For those of you listening who are not British, you will find very few more hated figures in British history than Napoleon.
Yeah, Napoleon Bonaparte. He was basically our most infamous foe that won the most and yet still lost.
Yeah, but again, it gets glossed over a lot that he wasn't just... Listen, I think the reason why Napoleon's so hated is because of how much propaganda we pumped out against him. Because it wasn't just us. Like, there was an entire coalition of all of Europe that's not France against Napoleon. And Napoleon still almost won. But yeah, as soon as Napoleon was out on the little divot of stage he was on, he got a chorus of boos. It was so funny. It was like a fucking pantomime. And he was just fucking egging on the crowd, and he went, listen, we're in London, and he just one of the lines that still sticks with me was just like, how do you think I fucking feel? There's a train station down 2 streets, it's called fucking Waterloo. But yeah, he was great. Caesar was great. Everyone loved Caesar. I don't know why everyone loved Caesar, but we cheered Caesar, and Napoleon pointed out rather aptly that, this guy actually conquered you, right? That was very funny stuff. Great shit. Great pyro during the show. It was an awesome show. It was at the O2, big fucking arena. I didn't think Sabaton would ever play like an arena the size of O2.
Yeah, I agree. Like, it was the Leeds one was pretty big, but yeah, the O2 is just a complete different beast.
Yeah, I was. Don't get me wrong, I'm so fucking happy for them because it's a band I love, and the O2 is quite a nice arena. But I will say we had seats this time because the friend I went with was like, I don't want to stand up for a whole metal show, and I was like, okay. So we got seats, but I'm 6 foot tall, Rick.
Yeah. So you have your ass gets there, but your knees don't.
Yeah. I had to walk out of the show 2 times just to stretch my legs because they were cramping up. That's how tight the seats were, and I'm like, oof. Thankfully, I foresaw this being a problem, so I made sure we had chairs right on the edge on the aisle.
Sure. Sure.
Yeah. I ain't no fool. I will say during that concert, or during the day of the concert, we went to the Imperial War Museum as well.
Okay.
Obviously, I was wearing. You've seen me where I'm wearing my fucking heavy metal stuff, right?
Yes.
Yeah. There's a point where we're walking through the World War II exhibits, and I just hear someone start singing Sabaton lyrics, and I just sort of close my eyes and try not to sigh, because this was the most autistic man I've ever met in my life. Here's the thing, I didn't shout at him, I didn't yell at him or nothing, but I'm just looking. The World War II exhibit in the Imperial War Museum is right below the Holocaust exhibit.
Right.
If you look up, you can see the Holocaust exhibit, and I'm like, this is not the time or place, my guy. But I didn't say that. I just turned around, I went, you're right, you're going to the concert, are you? Oh yeah, cool. And then he wouldn't stop fucking talking to me for about 10 minutes.
Oh, Christ.
And I'm like, I try to be polite to any stranger who approaches me, but I'm just like, fuck's sake, dude.
I get you.
Yeah. Anyway, he seemed like a nice enough chap. He just was very loud and, as I said, autistic as fuck. And I don't mean that as an insult. It's just the best way to describe him. He wanted to show me his plan for the concert.
And if the plan is not sit down, shut up and listen.
Well, see, his plan was he made signs which had the beach names for all of the D-Day landings on them, and he said, so when they play, I forgot the name of the song. Primo Victoria. We're gonna have 5 different mosh pits with these signs up, and I'm just like, well, good luck with that, man. I hope it works out. Well, in my head, I'm thinking that's not gonna fucking happen.
Yeah, I get you. Yeah.
That's not gonna. It's just not. And shock horror. Guess what? It didn't.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's the one unpleasant encounter I've ever had with a fucking fellow metal fan. And it wasn't even unpleasant, it's just not what I wanted.
Yeah, like after the first 5 minutes, maybe it could have stopped, but no.
The problem is I was in a museum, which means I was stopping every 2 minutes to look at exhibits and read stuff.
Yeah, so that's when it would catch up, even if you got away from them.
Yeah, because 9 times out of 10, if I see someone who's wearing the same sort of get-up as I am, it's like, we both know what's going on, we're going to be at a concert later on. And it's usually just like, yeah, you're right, cool, awesome, and we keep walking. But anyway, Rick, did you watch the most recent Digital Circus?
I have not seen it yet, no. Is that the beach episode?
Man. Yeah, it's episode 7, and I wanted to talk to you about it today, but we'll put that on hold. Make sure you write that down when you do watch it so we can discuss it at the beginning of another episode.
Yeah, let's shall.
The last thing that I did personally is I watched the Sean Combs The Reckoning documentary on Netflix.
Okay, I have no idea about this at all.
Yes, you do. You just don't know his real name.
Okay. It's not Crocodile Dundee, that's something else.
No, it's Sean Combs, Sean Diddy Combs. It's P. Diddy.
Oh, okay. Fair
this
enough.
is the documentary that 50 Cent made because he hates P. Diddy with every fibre of his being, and my God, can people not believe how justified he was.
Yeah, like the court of public opinion is now on his side, definitely.
Oh, it's not even, though. The amount of people who still support Diddy is fucking insane.
Yeah, so weird. But
yeah, this is a 4-part... Listen, I watched a comedian on YouTube. I've forgotten the chap's name, I do apologise. apologise, but he crops up on my feed quite often because he's just a funny guy. And he was talking about this documentary. He just went, 50 Cent hates Sean Diddy Combs so much that he made a documentary about him. Do you know how angry you have to be at someone to sit down and edit?
Yeah, and to research something so thoroughly like that, yeah.
Now, here's the thing, Rick. As someone who edits the podcast every week, let me tell you, that hit a nerve. I was like, man, you must be really mad at a guy to sit down and do this shit. I agree. Like, oh, damn. But yeah, the documentary is damning. Obviously, Diddy got off relatively light. I think he got like 5 years in prison and 18 months of that is already served because he's been, in custody or whatever. I won't spoil the documentary. You should really watch it. It's quite eye-opening. They spoke to 2 of the jurors on the case, and boy, is it obvious why they only got to speak to 2 of them.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Because they're
horrible people.
Yeah.
The difference is these 2 jurors clearly thought that they weren't horrible people.
Yeah.
But I'll leave it at that. Make your own judgment. Watch the documentary. Watch other sources of information as well if you really want to. But this is all well documented stuff. I will say, looping back round to that comedian, they actually have footage of this of P Diddy in his hotel rooms talking to people and making plans and strategies and stuff. And it's like, how the fuck did 50 Cent get this footage?
Yeah, it's rather baffling.
Do you want to know how?
Did he bribe someone?
It's kind of. So P Diddy thought he was going to get off scot-free and have a comeback as soon as this legal stuff went away. So he was filming his own documentary. But because he got arrested while filming the documentary, he never paid the people filming it. So 50 Cent just went, I'll pay you.
Yeah.
And just bought the footage of them. That's some dumb shit. I think the most damning thing of all, by the way, is at the end of the documentary, it just straight up says, yeah, so the actual criminal court stuff has been solved. This was the final verdict. There's still like 300 pending cases of personal lawsuits against P. Diddy that haven't been touched.
Yeah. Okay.
So P. Diddy is far from scot-free, but I don't think he got the book thrown at him as much as most people were hoping he would.
Yeah. He deserves everything that's coming to him.
Absolutely. Rick, are you ready for some news?
Let us go.
Fucking randomly out of nowhere, Epic Rap Battles of History just released a new fucking video.
Oh, I've not seen this.
So it's the White Death Simohaya versus the Red Baron, whose name escapes me, but I know it's Rick Toffin.
Yeah.
Here's an awkward thing about Epic Rap Battles of History, Rick. Turns out, when you know about both figures involved in the rap, it makes it a lot less good.
Okay.
But yeah, it's fine. The production values are Epic Rap Battles production values. It's an interesting video. If you don't know enough about anything about, or only know a little bit about each person involved in the music, you will learn some stuff. But yeah, that's pretty cool. I wish they didn't release a video once every 2 years. Like it used to be like once every 2 months.
Yeah, they were a lot more on the ball with these things in the past. But
yeah. I watched it after like 2 days of being uploaded, at least according to YouTube, and it already had like 30 million views.
Yeah.
Fucking
that's the problem with history. They're not making it as quickly as people can consume it.
Yeah, you're so right. Anyway, here's a pretty big news story that I'm surprised you didn't bring up, but ayo, fuck me, Netflix is buying Warner?
Yeah, I think it was, wasn't it blocked at some point?
It wasn't blocked so much as there was a hiccup, because Paramount suddenly went, actually, we could do with Warner's catalogue, and then they put in a bid, but it got turned down, because it was effectively a lower offer than Netflix, but it would have been immediate.
Yeah, I think the Paramount one was also like supported by the Saudi fund.
It's one of these really annoying things where like the Saudis are getting, or rather the government branch in general is encouraging Saudis to own a lot of acquire Western media.
Yeah.
Because this comes hot off the heels of the EA acquisition.
Yes. Yeah, it's a lot of whitewashing, or attempted whitewashing.
Yeah. For those of you who don't know why I don't like the Saudi government, I'm not going to repeat my views, but I've said them often enough on the podcast. And one time when I said it, Rick got all bashful and was like, "Oh, I'm not sure I'd say that." So that's how bad they are.
Yep.
We'll move on from that part of the discussion and just say we're like 2 or 3 mergers away from there being like only like proper cable again.
I'd say the opposite, really. Like they were already trying to go to cable, where like every single person wanted their own little channel, and you have to subscribe to each different one. with this amount of mergers, there's now there are now fewer providers.
No, but here's what I'm saying, Rick, is once each provider has their own big enough catalogue, they're going to start cutting up their subscriptions even further.
Right,
At the moment, what they're doing is they're doing the tier-based stuff, which I hate, but it's slightly more preferable to we're straight up just like, hey, do you want the documentary package? Here you go.
Oh, Jesus, yeah.
Do you want the Warner package? Do you want the Star Wars package? I'm amazed Disney didn't already try this as a racket.
Yeah.
But then again, I think if Disney did it, they'd have the problem of, oh man, people are only paying for Marvel, or people are only paying for Star Wars.
I mean, if it was up to me, yeah, I'd just pay for Marvel, Star Wars, and animation, and that's it.
Animation is 90% of their catalogue.
Okay, no. Animation is 90% of Disney's production, but the back catalogue, yeah, but the new stuff that they put in is all this like Desperate Lives of Mormon Wives or whatever.
Oh, yeah, I guess it is. Yeah, I've never even touched that part of Disney Plus, which, by the way, I'm unsubbed from, but we'll get to that later.
Sure, okay.
But yeah, I don't like people owning this much stuff.
Yeah, no, nobody should. No one person should own too much.
Yeah, it's not good. Competition is good. More people having slices of the pie is good. One person having 700 pies is not good. But anyway, we'll have to wait and see what actually comes of this. Like Netflix did actually send out emails to people because people were like, "Oh shit, is the price of our stuff going to go up immediately?" And Netflix was like, "It's not going up right now," which is a very telling statement.
Yeah. When the answer to is it going up immediately is no asterisk.
It's not going up today. Is what they might have said. It might as well have said.
Yeah. Not today. Oh, Jesus. Yep, so, we're in good old fresh hell.
Yeah. I mean, listen, all capitalist roads lead this way eventually. Right? We've been on a decline ever since I've been born.
Yeah. But yes.
In other news that's a little bit depressing, I suppose it is. Jeff Garcia, best known for voicing Sheen in Jimmy Neutron, has passed away at the age of 48.
Okay, I'm sorry to hear that.
The main reason I bring this up is because, Jesus Christ, 48.
Yeah, that's no age.
It really ain't. I wasn't a particularly big Jimmy Neutron fan, but boy did Sheen stand out as a character. And here's something I never would have connected because it's just not my culture. Apparently a big inspiration for a lot of young Latino people. Because apparently Sheen was meant to be Latin American, which I didn't know.
Yeah, neither do I.
But then again, if he's voice acted by someone called Jeff Garcia, I suppose that's a bit more telling.
Sure. Yeah, it's probably like the background of it that's the inspiration, as it were.
So effectively a bunch of... It's that thing that we've always said, Rick, especially with like... we brought it up a lot during like the Owl House and Amphibia when they were both airing. If like, it's good to just have a character who is you as a child in something, you know? It's easy for you and I to be like that because like how many fucking white kids are the main characters of stuff when you're growing up? Yeah,
I get it.
Anyway, 48, no age. Rest in peace, Jeff Garcia.
Yeah, rest in peace.
The next story is the reason why I unsubbed from Disney Plus.
What have they done?
I actually unsubbed before they did this, but then they did this a week later, and I was like, boy, did I dodge a bullet. Disney has put ink to paper in a deal with OpenAI.
Oh.
Yeah, we are in the era of AI-generated crap because Disney has now just straight up gone, yep, OpenAI is allowed to use Disney properties. Boy, do they not know what hole they're digging for themselves.
Oh, no. Yeah, Mickey's about to suck a lot of cock.
Mickey, fine, fair enough. I'm worried about the characters who should not be doing that stuff.
Yeah. Dewey's about to suck a lot of cock.
Oh, no, and it's going to be Scrooge's. Can I have an advance on my allowance, Uncle Scrooge? You know what you got to do, Dewey. And he just cries during.
Yeah. Jeez.
No, this is a bad move. I can't wait for the generative. I need to say the word generative every time I say AI, otherwise people get confused for some reason. When I say AI, I usually mean generative AI.
Not just I
can't wait for that.
Frame generation or whatever, yeah.
Frame generation, AI in video games, people seem to think that we're talking about when I talk about this, and I'm not. Hideo Kojima was just like, the only thing I want to use AI for is better enemies in video games, and it's like, cool, that's not the type of AI we're talking about, though.
Yeah, totally.
But anyway, I digress. I can't wait for the generative AI bubble to burst, and it will burst because it's not making anyone money.
But yeah, it's rather saddening, but, we can't do anything about it.
You can not use it! That helps!
Yeah, unfortunately, we're on an auto-renewing annual one, so yeah, we're in there for another year now.
What do you mean? How did that happen?
We bought a year last year, and then it auto-renewed.
Why did you buy a year?
Because it's cheaper than 12 months.
But why are you buying it at all? It's crap.
We hoped it wasn't. And then there was a crap year where, like, 2 things came out.
Okay.
Okay.
But
yeah.
Let's move on, I suppose.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's talk about a happier, cheerful subject. Anthony Joshua knocked the fuck out of Jake Paul.
He did. And apparently Logan Paul wants revenge.
Oh,
He's got the chance to do something really funny.
No, that's just Logan Paul being a wrestler.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't... Here's the thing. There's a lot of quotes that have been associated with Logan Paul after that knockout punch, and I've not seen any recordings of him saying this stuff. I've just seen it written down, which makes me think it's mostly bullshit.
Yeah.
But anyway, the only reason I'm bringing this up is because I kind of feel like I should apologise to Anthony Joshua, because when this fight got made, the only thing I could think of was, how much money is Joshua getting paid to lie on his back? Because Anthony Joshua is a legitimate boxer who's not 50 years old.
Yeah.
And has a weight advantage of like 60 pounds on Jake Paul.
He does.
And didn't usually win fights on points.
Yeah, the George Foreman way.
Yeah, this was a bad decision by Jake Paul. he got his jaw broken.
Yeah.
Now, I want to point out, I didn't watch this fight. I don't watch any fucking live stuff on Netflix. I don't watch Jake Paul boxing on Netflix. I don't want them to have my view.
Although I have seen screen cap memes of him looking very pathetic.
It is the gift that keeps on giving.
Yep, it's so good.
It's the picture I saw that was really funny was him cowering in the corner about to get that knockout punch, and next to him is just the face of that really scared fucking hamster. And it looks identical. It's so funny. Now, let me be clear here, guys. I am 100% aware that Jake Paul would kick my ass in a fight, because I've had no martial arts training. I don't care. It's funny. Jake Paul has no right being in a ring with Anthony Joshua any more than I do.
Nope.
He is not a trained fighter. He is not a professional fighter. He has never been a professional fighter. He's been paying a lot of money to cosplayers, and now he's finally been knocked the fuck out, so hopefully this bullshit will stop.
Yeah, he's the opposite of a professional. He's an amateur that buys his matchups.
One of the first people he fought, everyone was like, oh, the fighter's 40. He was actually 48, which is closer to 50. Don't know why they said 40.
Yeah.
It's absolutely stupid. And I will say I did watch a 1 minute long highlight reel of the match, and I don't know how the fuck they let Jake Paul get knocked out, because this fight should have been stopped like 10 times before it got to that knockout punch.
Actually though, yes.
Like, for real. Because he kept trying to clinch Anthony Joshua, but because his knees were so weak, he kept falling to the ground. But it didn't start a knockout timer. The referee didn't go, hey, stop. Actually, there is a point which has been rather shared a lot, where the referee goes, no one paid to see this shit, stop doing it. But he didn't stop the fight.
Yeah, weird.
Anyway, in other news, Toby Morton, former South Park writer, predicted months ago that Trump would try and get his name put on the Kennedy Center, so he bought the domain name for Trump Kennedy Center months ago, and now he's being threatened by Donald Trump's team of just like, we want this website domain, to which he's told them to fuck off, he owns it.
Yep.
This is really funny.
That's a great prediction, and it's a great way that it's come true.
I don't know anything about the Kennedy Center. I don't know why Trump's name is on it, apart from the fact Trump wanted his name on it. I don't think South Park could have written this.
Nope.
But yeah, you can actually look up the guy's tweet, because he's just shared what he's been given by, I forget the actual name of the department, but it's a government department saying, hey, we want this website domain, it should be ours. And it's like, he's straight up just saying, hey, parody is defended by freedom of speech pretty explicitly. So, yeah, you can fuck off. Dog bless.
Yep.
What a wild ride reading that was.
Yeah, it's so weird, but at least we got a rare win for the good guys.
But not a rare win for South Park.
Yeah.
Although, granted, he no longer works for South Park. He used to work on it.
Yeah, fair enough.
In other news, in British news, boiling lobsters alive will become illegal in the UK.
I mean, kind of good, to be honest. Like, I know it's traditional for some people, but those people are sadists.
I've never really understood it, because there's no difference to the flavour if you throw the lobster into the boiling pot alive, or if you throw it into the boiling pot after sticking a big fuck-off knife in its head. Now, the weird thing about lobsters is, with the amount of research we've done into them, we don't actually know how to kill them very well. And the argument that is always made is we don't know if shoving this big fuck off knife in their head is actually killing them. But is it not better?
Just cutting their it's better than it's better to cut off their brain from every other nerve they may have before boiling them, than just chucking them in.
It's literally like, is it not better to try to kill them before boiling them?
Yeah.
Now I want to point out I don't tend to eat crab or lobster, so I this doesn't affect me one way or the other. But it has always seemed like a barbaric practice.
Yeah, ditto.
Yeah.
I've never eaten shellfish, to be honest. So
come to think of it, I don't think I have either, because I mentioned crab and lobster specifically, but I don't really eat shrimp or prawns either.
Yeah, no.
I think the closest thing I've ever eaten is technically prawn crackers.
Yeah, that's a weird one where they've got like the mashed up prawn meat put into the thing that they fry. It looks like a contact lens before they chuck it in, and then it puffs up.
Jeez. Yeah, I've never actually seen how they're cooked, so I don't know what they look like pre-cooking.
Yeah, it's a contact lens. They chuck it in the oil, then it puffs up.
Mental. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow. In other news, Rick, I wanted to bring up the 2025 Game of the Year awards.
Okay.
Claire Obscure Expedition 33 even, won 9 awards.
Yeah, it did.
I think it's safe to say that they swept, because they pretty much won every category they were involved in. Now, I don't want to get into the nitty-gritty, and I'm not nearly as salty as a lot of other people on the internet are. The one I think that got robbed is, I think Hades 2 deserved soundtrack.
Maybe so. Yeah, I saw that it got a lot of wins. There weren't a lot of things that it didn't win.
Well, I also think, I want to put a big old asterisk here of, like, they did have, like, 4 people in the voice actor category, which I think was bollocks.
It was a bit, yeah. Jenny English now has one alongside Neil Newbon.
Yeah, good for her. I'm not going to begrudge that. She did a very good job. It's a good game. I do recommend people playing it. Do we want to get into the indie game debate?
I know one guy retracted his own indie game from the thing because he said that he had a studio before this and he was just renaming the studio, and that was for Megabonk.
Well, the funny thing is, Rick, is Dave the Diver was up for the Indie Game Award when it came out, which I think was either 2024 or 2023. Can't remember. I think it was 4. And the studio straight up said, yeah, we're not an indie studio. We shouldn't be in this category.
Yeah.
And then, I'll be honest with you, I don't think you can call Claire Obscure's studio an indie studio.
Yeah, it's basically Ubisoft, but without the yoke of Ubisoft.
Okay, that's not fair either. They don't have the resources of Ubisoft, but they have a lot more resources than most indie game developers do.
Yeah, they got the people of Ubisoft, but not the resources.
Okay, so again, the amount of people they've got is their core team is very small. However, I think the thing that a lot of people gloss over is they hired a lot of people, or rather, they hired a lot of other studios to help them make the game.
Sure.
Which is not something indie studios can do.
Yeah, fair enough.
I don't want to get into budget and whatnot. Now, is this game AAA? Of course not. Is this game indie? I don't think you can call it that.
I mean, it's their inaugural title as that studio, but yeah.
But indie has a certain connotation.
It does, yeah.
And should you say this game is an indie because it had a bigger budget than most indie games? But they certainly had a lot more resources at their disposal. It doesn't feel like an independent title by any stretch of the definition. But that's just my take on it. Do I care that they won the Indie Award? No, not really. But I do think they should be a bit more
discerning.
Yeah. But I've been like this for, I also think this is something that's always been an issue. There was a lot of issue with the Player Choice Award at the Game of the Year, because I think it was Wuthering Waves that won.
Yeah.
Now, here's the problem is, Wuthering Waves is a gacha game. And
it is.
Gacha games win this category a lot, and there's a reason for that.
It's about 2 years old as well, I think.
That's weird. That's even weirder then. Why the fuck is that in 20... whatever. But the reason why gacha games get a bit of an unfair advantage in this category is it's entirely voted on by players, and gacha games have a really good way of incentivizing their players to vote.
Yeah, they give you free rolls.
Yeah. There's been a lot of hullabaloo of gacha games should not be allowed in this category, and I agree. They should make their own category for gacha games.
Yeah, with blackjack and hookers.
What do you mean with blackjack? That's all gacha games are.
Yeah.
Anyway. I thought it would be unfair to not talk about it at all, but yeah, Game of the Year was pretty much just like the year of Claire Obscure.
Yeah, cool beans.
In other news, Rick, Space Godzilla is going to be in the next Legendary film.
You showed me the fun little reaction of this.
Yeah, I don't think audiences that don't know anything about Space Godzilla know just how fucked Godzilla and Kong are going to be.
Yeah. Alan, listen to me. We are so fucked.
It's probably one of the better smiling. It's the gift that keeps on giving from Smiling Friends.
Fantastic, yeah.
That and Charlie walking in and going, "Hey, oh, did that guy just turn into sand?" But yeah, I'm looking forward to see what the fuck they're going to do with that. In other Godzilla news, the Godzilla -1 sequel is meant to be out in the middle of the year, so that's cool too.
Sure, okay.
In other news, Merriam-Webster's word of the year for 2025 is slop.
Okay, yep.
Yeah.
I can appreciate that.
It's merely the herald of the end, really, isn't it?
It is a bit.
We're going to get so much more shit before we get any redeeming qualities from that sort of technology.
Yeah.
Okay, Rick, 2 more news stories and then we can move on to the review.
Okie dokie.
First things first, on the 13th of December, congratulations, Dick Van Dyke made it to 100 and is still kicking now.
Oh, excellent. Congratulations to him.
We didn't get a repeat of Betty White.
No, where she got to like 99 and whatever many days and then New Year's.
The only reason why Betty White was brought up in my sphere is because they had articles written that they already released.
Sure, okay.
Of like, yeah, Betty White at 100 and then she fucking died about 4 days before her birthday and it's like, damn, that sucks. But yes, Rick, last but not least, this is not a wrestling podcast.
What happened?
John Cena wrestled his, and I'm using air quotes here, final match.
Final battle. So, how has his heel era been?
What do you mean his heel era? That lasted like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
His entire retirement run has been disappointing. I haven't watched any of the matches. I don't really care about John Cena. The only reason to watch these for me would be like, yeah, this is wrestling history. But I also want to very quickly point out that, Terry Funk retired 35 times.
Sure.
Wrestlers have a hard time retiring. I think it will stick with John Cena because he's got acting. Just like it's probably stuck for Batista. He hasn't wrestled since he retired because he's also got acting. But then you've also got The Rock, and he's come back several times, and he's an actor.
Sure. Yeah, he has.
Yeah, air quotes again for actor with The Rock.
Yeah. He's currently the highest grossing actor of all time, isn't he? Just thanks to the things being done recently with him in.
Okay, you mean on a personal income level for him?
Yeah, personal income level for him. Not things that he's made grossing whatever, but like as the highest paid actor.
Yeah, because I believe that still belongs to Scarlett Johansson for most money made by films she's in.
Yes, that sounds about right.
Although, considering that Black Widow, is super dead in the MCU, and she seems to have burnt that bridge with Disney because they're baby bitches, and Robert Downey Jr. is going to be Doom. Robert Downey Jr. is probably going to take that spot from her because he's in number 2 at the moment.
Sure.
It's the Marvel machine. There's no denying it makes money, fortunately. But yeah, John Cena's final match was against Gunter. Gunter beat Goldberg in his quote-unquote final match like 2 months ago, so yeah, it's very weird that he's doing it again. He beat John Cena by submission, which I don't like, but whatever. I don't like the fact that John Cena tapped out because this is going to be some wrestling logic, Rick, but it's easy to follow.
Yeah, so he lost his finale.
He lost his... Listen, any wrestler worth their salt knows that if you go out on your back because you put over someone new.
Yeah, okay.
Like, John Cena should have lost his final match. So that I don't have an issue with. I don't think he should have tapped out because he tapped out to a sleeper hold.
Right, okay.
So there's a spot in wrestling where you're in a sleeper, you're meant to be getting choked out. And the usual spot is the referee will take the person will have passed out in the sleeper hold because they've been choked out. The referee will take their hand, and if they drop your hand 3 times, that means you're unconscious and you lose the match.
Fair enough.
Usually what happens is the person will have their hand raised 3 times, and on the 3rd time they'll suddenly make a fist and stop themselves, and then they'll Hulk out and blah blah. Instead of doing this, Cena just tapped out with a smile on his face, and I understand the story they were telling, and if the rest of his final matches, his farewell tour, as it were good and decent and made sense, this would have been a great ending. But they didn't, so this left a bit of a sour taste in my mouth.
Yeah, I get it.
So yeah, for the foreseeable future, and hopefully forever, not because I wish the man any ill will, but because it seems to be what he wants, we won't see John Cena in a wrestling match ever again. And I hope he enjoys his retirement and doesn't have to take any more bumps for a living.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, Rick, that does it for the monster session of news. For the sake of the audience and for me, what are we doing? And count us in.
We're doing Tex Avery's 1943 Dumb Hounded. 3, 2, 1, and go.
Oh, that classic MGM logo that you just don't see anymore.
Yeah, absolutely not. And yeah, as you say, the very first appearance of Droopy.
Yeah. This was from 1943, as you reminded us of, which means that lion is super dead.
Oh, yes. Probably half the more than half the people that worked on this, to be honest.
I think everyone who worked on this is probably gone, because everyone was in their 40s. Well, at least their 20s when they worked on this.
Yeah. Yeah, here's the big bad wolf. Who is essentially, in the last one, he was essentially an actor.
Yeah. What did that writing say?
I went that away.
That might be a trick. So here's an interesting one, is I didn't realise Droopy was meant to be a bloodhound, because I always assumed he was a basset hound, because that's the one you see in England.
Yeah. Yeah, I get it. Okay, so he's just one of many.
I love the way they animate his cheeks when he talks.
And now he's always stepping on his ears. Or just slightly avoiding it.
That's what those types of dogs do, man.
Yeah, he stopped for a wee.
Slow down. Oh, cool, he speaks dog.
Yeah, so he does speak dog, he just always doesn't have to.
Dog talk, is that meant to be a guy talk joke?
Apparently. I'm nodding. Well, yeah, he believes it. Okay, I'm nodding here. Even though he's left his footprints all the way up to it.
It's kind of amazing that Droopy is the only one who managed to follow those.
Yeah. It's also weird that he's left his villain hat on.
That was a great yell.
It was. Yeah, Droopy's already doing his reality bending.
They did a really good job with the caricature of Droopy in this, because he looks like a fucking fat, out-of-shape cop.
He does. And he's not even a cop, he's just working for them. And then Droopy's going to end up being the driver, isn't he?
Have you seen that stupid fucking road in San Francisco?
Oh yeah, the zigzaggy road.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one that made half a level in Sonic Adventure out of.
It's been in so many video games because everybody's seen it in pictures and stuff and gone, that's stupid, I want to drive it.
Yeah, it's the frickin' Batman's Pearls of real-world locations.
It's pretty good. Pretty good description, I suppose. I don't know why that tickled me.
Yeah.
Such a deadpan delivery.
Yeah, I can appreciate it now that I'm older.
Wow, what a fucking trick to save on animation.
Yeah, just reverse it.
He's going to be in bed, isn't he?
And this is where he can just go, no, I didn't move.
You're not as good as bondage as you think you are. He is as good at bondage as he thinks he is, because he left an out.
Yeah. The good thing is, though, it's nice to see that right from the very beginning, characters experiencing Droopy's Droopy were actually questioning how it worked.
God damn, I can see why they chose a bloodhound, because of how much fun you can have with the droopiness.
And also the fact that he can track him.
Yeah. Spoiler, dickhead. Man, it's fun seeing these fucking old gags where it's just clearly, we can't be asked to animate anything here. Let's just do this.
Yeah, let's do the map gag.
But it still works, though.
Yeah.
Why is there a wooden door on an igloo?
I mean, igloos are meant to not have doors at all.
It's going to be a polar bear.
No, it's too
cold.
So he has been there. Oh, the receiver's made up of glass.
Or probably ice. Man, to think phones used to look like that shit.
Yeah, you had the speaker hole and the receiver on the separate things. It was a revolutionary thing to connect them into the same hook-shaped thing that is the pick-up put-down button on mobile phones now.
I didn't want to interrupt you at all there, but that was a fucking visual gag I wasn't expecting from the 40s.
It was. Yeah, just running off the film reel.
Yeah, it was a good one. It was well done.
Yeah. It's just where they're going to, rotate it to the side and say, this is how we animated this one.
The Droopy's basically an eldritch being just fucking with this guy.
Yeah. There we go. Yeah, that's a tall building.
That's a fun fucking bit of visual there.
The Undertaker's... Yeah, money.
Can I introduce an
measuring up for his coffin.
Oh, that's great.
He just retreats because he can. Okay, they've shown that they can just reverse the animation for something. So the Undertaker's just gone back up.
Jesus Christ, I was just about to say Wile E. Coyote shit.
This rock knocks him colder than wet mackerel.
Fuck those two cars, eh?
So he is actually a killer now. The dog doed it. The dog is now also a killer.
That tail looked like poo.
It does.
It's a lot of money. Yeah. Oh, that's a bit of fucking Yosemite Sam in there.
It was a bit, yeah. I'm happy.
Sounded so much like Abe, didn't it?
It did, yeah.
My name is Abe.
So that was the Tex Avery classic Dumb Hounded, the debut of Droopy. What do you think, Rick?
It was alright. Knowing that it was the debut, I'm cutting it a bit of slack with how Droopy was portrayed because he bores me. Like, it's the same gag over and over.
But when it's condensed to 8 minutes, that's okay. Yeah. I think it worked with this time frame.
Yeah, it works with this time frame. It works in Who Framed Roger Rabbit because he's in it for like 2 minutes doing the same thing. He's just like a bit part. Like, the less Droopy there is, the better. Which is a bit of a mean thing to say for the Droopy cartoon. But, like, yeah, he's... Like, even when you use him sparingly in his own thing, and most of the cartoon is focused on the guy who's running away from Droopy, and then Droopy is just there. That's kind of what it's meant to be. But yeah, like, all of my praise goes to the interesting ways in which the animation was mutated. So, yeah, how about you? What do you think?
I definitely get where you're coming from, and I agree with most of it. I think back in the day where you had 8-minute cartoons that were usually played before films in the cinema, that's more or less what cartoons' big deal was in the 40s. Unless you're Disney, but that's a different fucking beast altogether.
Yeah.
I think having a character that was just one joke was fine.
Yeah. And it didn't matter if you saw the same pre-roll cartoon 6 times for 12 different movies.
Yeah, it's basically what they had before trailers, wasn't it? Because trailers wouldn't have really been a thing back in the day.
Yeah, because, they were probably pushing things right until the date that they released back then.
Well, like, TV wasn't a thing. You'd hear ads on the radio and shit, maybe.
Yeah, and things would be on the cinema for like half a year.
Yeah. Not like these days where it's like, yep, you've been in the cinema for 2 weeks and no one wanted to watch you, so we're moving to something else. else. What? We're getting an extra 3 screenings of the new Marvel film? Great!
Yeah, we're bumping you down from full screening down to you get one on a Saturday afternoon, because that's when the kids are going to be there.
It's nothing worse than having a film you really want to watch, but it turns out it's not as popular as anything else that's out, therefore you can see it in one cinema on a Wednesday.
Yep. Thankfully, that's mostly anime movies right now, but that's mostly because anime is still kind of niche.
I had to go out of my way to find a cinema to watch Nuremberg, Rick.
Okay.
But anyway, I digress. Yeah, it was a great cartoon. Those 8 minutes fucking flew by. I don't know how much of that was because it was just a fun cartoon and how much of that is because I've been talking for an hour. But yeah, it was a good little cartoon. If you've never seen this, I highly recommend you watch it and then watch it again with us talking shit over it.
Yeah.
But let's get to our usual wind down, shall we? Rick, it's been a while since we've had to do this. Do you have a standout favourite moment?
Running off the film grain.
I'm just going to cut you off right here and say that was exactly I was going to say the exact same thing. It was a really fun gag.
Yeah, so I'll also elaborate that my runner-up for that, because you can also say it, is the dive off the building that was so large that you could see New Jersey.
That was also a fun visual for sure. If I'm giving a runner-up because we did the same thing, it would literally just be the way they drew. They committed to drawing Droopy's cheeks moving all the goddamn time, and it was always so good looking.
Yeah. So good high praise for the animation.
Yeah. Bear in mind, we're in the 40s here, guys. Every single fucking frame was hand-drawn.
Oh yes, nothing done by computer, because computers don't get invented for a couple of years.
And then some.
Yeah. Well, this is 1943. It was like 1944, 45 when we got the Enigma.
Yeah, but you wouldn't be using those for cartoons.
No. They take up a warehouse and they run off punch cards.
Yeah, no, I'm thinking of computers which animators could actually use, not just the existence of computers, full stop. Those things weren't really useful for the common man.
Yeah, nothing has a screen.
Oh, God. Anyway, we can't only talk about the good, can we? We also have to talk about the bad. Do you have a weakest link?
I think it's unfair to give it to Droopy at this point, because I've already ragged on him for so much.
Rag on him. That's what we're here for.
No, yeah. That even in this one, the gag was getting very predictable, and he even said, I'm going to be doing this entire gag throughout the entire show.
But it was the 40s, which means it was probably the first time it happened.
Yeah, and like hanging the lampshade on it, respect. Still doing so after he said so. I get it.
But it was funny.
It was.
It didn't outstay its welcome, because again, 8 minutes.
Yeah.
And they subverted it a few times as well. The fucking igloo one was really fun.
Yeah, because it's clear that he'd been there already and gone, no, too cold, and then left. And then he was there again.
Yeah, he didn't even leave. He was just hiding somewhere in this featureless room.
Yeah. But yeah, how about you? Do you have a weakest link at all?
I think my weakest link is going to be the... It's kind of a shame that we didn't get to see the contrast of personalities between Droopy and the rest of the Bloodhounds, because the only glimpse we got is they all just fucked off in a pack, which is how Bloodhounds work traditionally. And super makes sense, but it does mean that that's the only point of reference we've got to how Droopy should act compared to this is what we get, though.
Yeah, totally.
Is it actually a weakest link? No. Am I being picky? Yes. It's hard to pick apart these old cartoons because, in general, the quality is good.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, we're not talking about old school Scooby-Doo where it's like, hey, look at all this shit they fucked up.
Yeah, and how everybody has a neck thing so that they can just transplant the neck onto...
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah. It's really noticeable with Shaggy.
Yeah, why does Fred wear an ascot? Well, so that he can put his neck on it.
But yeah...
They can freeze frame on the body and just animate the face.
Yeah, it's a lot easier. I don't blame them for coming up with these tricks, but boy, when you learn them, is it bad.
Yeah.
But yes, we're kind of glossing over the weakest links because there weren't that many. We're being very picky, and we know we are. That's fine. You can put down the pitchforks. Let's end on a highlight. Who gets your MVP today, Rick?
I mean, it's got to be Tex Avery, isn't it? Like, not only did he create the big bad wolf as he was as an actor in the previous cartoon that we watched, he created Droopy, and was quite happy to see it through that you could put these characters together in different roles.
Yeah, I think that's a key thing that he sort of innovated, because we see it with Bugs Bunny a lot, because he's always a different character in everything he's in. Well, fundamentally keeping the same characteristics. Porky Pig as well, although he didn't invent Porky Pig. I think he just gave him his sort of trope. But yeah, no, you're so right. He was really was a pioneer.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, how about you? Do you have a different MVP?
I don't. I'm giving the MVP award to the director direction and who's in charge of the direction, the director, Tex Avery. It feels like... Here's the thing. I think I've seen so many Tex Avery cartoons without realising they were Tex Avery cartoons.
Yeah, because it's got like that feel of like not even early cartoons. And that's the thing. They don't feel like early cartoons.
They really don't. You could play this now, and aside from the fact it's a bit grainy, and even then it's not that grainy.
It definitely holds up against stuff from the 60s and 70s.
Oh god, you put this against an old school episode of, I don't know, we've mentioned it before, Scooby-Doo.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But then again, Scooby-Doo was on like a tight schedule of put this out, whereas these were a little bit more relaxed. They could tend to spend a bit more time polishing it, and it shows.
But I don't care, they had increased tech with Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, and slaves.
Well, it's Hanna-Barbera, they weren't that slavery-driven.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's not beat around the bush here as well. There is basically Tex Avery invented a style, and a lot of people copy it because it's a good style.
It is. The like the expressive faces that are you put a lot of effort into. And it just lends itself so well to slapstick.
Yeah, slapstick is the word. I got nothing else to add on that, really. I think we've wrapped it up quite nicely. I think this is like the second time we've both just gone, man, Tex Avery's the shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, thanks for listening, guys. We do appreciate it, as always. We've got the comment section down below on YouTube if you want to share your own thoughts. This might be the biggest mismatch of time of thing we watched compared to time of shit we talked.
Yes. 8 minutes versus like 2 hours before cutting down.
It's probably going to still be 2 hours, considering we've got this post-amble as well.
True enough.
But yeah, we do appreciate you sticking with us. We enjoyed this cartoon, and we hope you like the new visual style if you're watching on YouTube, because a lot of effort went into it.
Yeah.
So yeah, appreciate that. Let us know in the comment section down below what you thought of Tex Avery's, or rather the very first episode of Droopy. What you think of Droopy in general. Is the one-trick pony a valid thing you can have in shows nowadays, or has it lived its life? Yeah, that's more or less what I wanted to say. Alternatively, you can send us an email at
nonsensereviewuk@gmail.com.
Thanks for that voice. Yes, join us again next week, guys, where we are not going to tell you what we're doing, but just rest assured it is the result of me winning the Rumble. So if you don't like what I like, you're probably going to hate next week. Well, see you then, guys.
Bye, everybody.